Hello and welcome to the 2022 Elkhart County Historical Museum Collections Tournament. And today we begin the Elite Eight. So we've made it through our first round and now we're on to the second. So let's take a moment, let's look at the whole bracket here so you can see all the 16 items that have started this tournament, and now you can see the 8 that have gone all the way through to this round. Not too many upsets here. The first round pretty much went chalk. So if you're scoring at home and if you have your brackets at home, it was pretty much what everyone thought here on the staff, the way these competitions would go. Is that going to continue in the Elite Eight? Will we have some upsets? Let's see. Is there one of these items that's already gunning for the winner? But for today's matchup, we're going to send it to Julie's bracket, where we have the Schuler basketball photo going up against the Lana Markel Diary. So let's send it out to Julie as she presents both items.
Hi, here we are with the Elite Eight, and I'm here to talk a little bit more about Herman Schuler's 1917 IU basketball photo, or actually Herman Schuler's basketball career. Herman Schuler, nicknamed Dutch, was a noted basketball coach in Indiana from the time he received his law degree at IU in 1923. He coached at Lebanon from 1924 to 1927 and spent 12 successful years at Napanee, 1928 to 1940. During that time, he led the Bulldogs to the Sweet 16 in 1935. Although this image is a 1933-1934 team, many of the same players would have been on the team in the following year. So we're here in the entrance to the Bristol School, built in 1903, but the gym was added on in 1925. So there would have been a lot of times when Coach Schuler's Napanee Bulldogs were playing the Bristol Pirates right here. As I noted when we first met Coach Schuler, he received a law degree in 1923 and a math degree in 1931. Was it perhaps to be able to teach, a pathway to coaching, that he went back for the math degree? During this time, Schuler was serving as a reservist with the military. You'll see that his military career takes center stage during World War II and beyond, as his time coaching at Napanee ends just as the war in Europe is heating up and the U.S. isn't far from entering the conflict. Because of his success as a coach, Herman Schuler was inducted into the Elkhart County Sports Hall of Fame. In 1917, Herman Schuler IU basketball career was just a glimmer of what the rest of his life would be. We hope this image advances into the tournament so we can learn more about his military career. I know you're going to vote him to be the ultimate champion of this year's tournament, so don't forget to vote, and we'll explore Schuler's service to his country. We're back diving deeper into Lana Markel's 1870 diary. Lana Markel first appears in the Elkhart County Census in 1850, marked as being 2 years old. Her father Jonas and mother Mary had 8 children. Lana possibly attended and taught at Pleasant Plains School, which appears in the 1874 plat map as the school closest to the place in Concord Township where the Markels had land. That's just a little bit south of Elkhart on the west side of Concord Township. I was interested in Lana's transition from student to teacher. She shares daily updates that read like a young child, a young person enjoying outdoor activities like blindfold and leapfrog, but by the end of the year, she is definitely teaching. I found in April a few clues in her entries. On April 20th, we learned that the Slocums are going to Missouri. You may recall that the teacher at the beginning of this year, in April of 1870, was Mr. Slocum. The next day, she notes that some family members went into town, but she did not get her certificate. What certificate is that, we wonder? Was mailed to be picked up in town, but on Saturday, April 23rd, she writes, "Got my certificate." Huzzah! And on Monday, April 25th, she writes, "Pa and I went to town today. Made my contract for my school. Commences tomorrow." That last bit is hard to read, but it makes more sense when you know that on April 26th, the entry reads, "Commenced school today, only 7 scholars." This looks like the start of Miss Markel's professional teaching career. In the 1870 census, Lana or Lavina is still in her parents' household, age 18 and teaching. This supports the diary entry, but conflicts with being 2 years old in 1850. Discrepancies like this are common in early census data, though. Good for her, and I'll bet she was a great teacher. I'm saving my favorite stories from Lana's diary for later in the tournament, so you'd better advance the diary if you want to learn more. Don't forget to vote.
And there you have it. Thank you, Julie, for presenting both two really great histories. Now you have to decide one of these items is going to the final four. Is it the diary? Is it the photo? You decide. As you know by now, we're going to post these videos on the Elkhart County Parks YouTube page and the Elkhart County Historical Museum Facebook page. And all you need to do to tell us which one will move on is to post a comment, either diary or photo. We'll count the votes. You have about 48 hours to vote, because when the next video drops is when the voting closes for this matchup. So which one of Julie's items is going to move on? You need to decide. Once again, thank you for watching. Thank you for voting. We all hope that you're learning a lot of this history of your county. And thank you again, and we'll see you in the next matchup.